The Kingston East Police are renewing their appeal for the public's assistance to locate 30-year-old Karen Bailey, otherwise called Bones. Bones is wanted in connection with a murder and shooting in Jack Vale District, Bull Bay, St. Andrew in November last year. Reports are that residents of Jack Vale District heard explosions in their community at about 8:30 p.m. on November 13 and called the police. On their arrival, the police found a man and a woman suffering from gunshot wounds. They were taken to hospital where the man, 28-year-old Ry Ronaldo Fry, a truck driver, was pronounced dead and the woman was admitted in stable condition. Bailey was subsequently listed as wanted in connection with the killing. The police are again urging him to immediately turn himself in to the Ellitson Road Police. Bailey's last known address is Talmania Avenue in Harbour Heights, Kingston 17. The police say he also frequents Bull Bay and Harbour View in Kingston and sections of St. James. Anyone knowing the whereabouts of Karen Bailey, otherwise called Bones, is being urged to contact the Ellitson Road Police Station at 876-928-1261, the National Intelligence Bureau at 811, Crime Stop at 311, or the nearest police station. Police inspector and 2 soldiers held in major drug bust. In a dramatic operation that has sent shockwaves through the nation's security forces, a serving police inspector and 2 Jamaica Defense Force soldiers were arrested Thursday night following the seizure of a significant quantity of suspected cocaine in the Woodford Park community. The high-stakes operation, unfolding around 7:10 p.m. along Moore Street in the vicinity of Pine Bar, targeted a meeting involving the senior officer and the 2 soldiers. Police sources detail that surveillance teams observed the inspector with 2 men near 3 vehicles, a blue Toyota Tacoma, a red Kia, and a white step wagon. The operation culminated in all 3 vehicles being seized and transported to the headquarters of the Firearms and Narcotics Investigation Division. Searches conducted in the presence of the suspects yielded a major find within the blue Toyota Tacoma. Investigators reportedly discovered 5 rectangular parcels containing a white powdery substance believed to be cocaine with an estimated weight of 12.5 pounds. The haul was not limited to narcotics. Also recovered from the vehicle were a Glock service pistol, 3 magazines containing 53 rounds of ammunition, a Jamaica Constabulary Force identification card, and a Samsung Galaxy Note 9 mobile phone. The arrested inspector is reportedly attached to the Counterterrorism and Organized Crime (CTOC) branch of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, a unit specifically tasked with dismantling the very networks implicated in such crimes. Following the initial seizure, he was escorted to his residence in Portmore, St. Catherine, where a subsequent search allegedly found no additional illegal items. He was then taken into custody at the Halfway Tree police station. The Jamaica Defense Force moved swiftly to address the involvement of its personnel. In an official statement, the JDF confirmed that 2 of its members are part of an ongoing investigation and asserted that the force is cooperating fully with the authorities. The 2 soldiers are understood to be in custody at Up Park Camp, the JDF's headquarters. The arrests have raised immediate and serious questions about internal integrity and the potential infiltration of criminal elements within the nation's premier security institutions. The proximity of a high-ranking CTOC officer, active duty soldiers, a substantial drug cache, and firearms presents a scenario that authorities are urgently working to unravel. Both the JCF and the JDF have emphasized that investigations are ongoing. The case underscores the intense internal and external pressures facing Jamaica's security apparatus in the fight against organized crime and corruption. The public now awaits further details as this sensitive and developing investigation continues. New trial date for Tesha Miller gang trial expected Monday. The 25 men alleged to be gangsters linked to the Tesha Miller faction of the St. Catherine-based Klansman gang will know on Monday when the high-profile trial will begin. The trial, which should have gotten underway on Wednesday, has been delayed as attorneys sparred over outstanding DNA and forensic evidence. When the matter was called up on Friday, the matters were again raised in court.
Prosecutors advised the court that DNA summary reports and forensic material remain outstanding and that reference samples are still to be taken from 4 of the accused. The Crown said it has been informed that the DNA analysis process will take approximately 16 weeks, followed by an additional 2 to 3 weeks for a peer review once the analysis is completed. Prosecutors also sought permission for some disclosure to take place during the trial. They further indicated that outstanding reports from the Communication Forensic and Cybercrime Division, CFCD, are expected within 6 weeks. Presiding Judge Justice Dale Palmer questioned the timeline, asking what could be accomplished in 6 weeks that had not already been done over the past 2 years. The prosecution responded that the case is voluminous and that CFCD evidence is crucial, particularly as electronic devices were seized from at least 2 of the accused and from 1 of the main witnesses. One of those devices, the Crown said, is of critical importance to its case. Defense attorney Denise Hinson objected to the Crown's application to obtain DNA samples from 1 of the accused. She pointed out that the items have been at the laboratory for 5 years without a DNA profile being developed and said it would be unfair to now compel the accused to provide a sample. Meanwhile, during Friday's hearing, the Commissioner of Corrections, retired Brigadier Raj Mason, addressed claims that attorneys were being prevented from entering the facilities with electronic devices. The claims were made by attorneys involved in the gang matter. The Commissioner told the court that correspondence and meetings were held with the Jamaican Bar Association, JBA. He said the correspondence made it clear that superintendents must not deny inmates access to their legal representatives. He said direct contact was established between attorneys and superintendents to facilitate such visits. To his knowledge, there have been no reports of counsel being prevented from entering facilities with electronic devices. The Commissioner added that no formal complaints have been lodged. Presiding Judge Justice Dale Palmer subsequently ordered that a notice be posted at correctional facilities reminding officers to facilitate attorneys' access and to allow them to bring electronic devices into institutions without difficulty. 25 accused, including the alleged leader Tesha Miller, are before the court under the anti-gang legislation. The matter was adjourned to Monday, when the court is expected to determine a date for the trial to begin.